Hello everyone, this is Catherine Agee, aka Listen, here again with another vlog for y'all. Let's see if I can adjust my camera. There we go, that's a little bit better. I'm going to be doing my hair and makeup like normal. And discussing my Television Tuesday vlog idea, which is going to be about Star Trek in general. Just basically the whole fandom of it, which I'm very involved in. But one interesting thing I think is I was into Star Wars way before I got into Star Trek. I started getting into Star Wars about 97-ish. I didn't start really getting into Star Trek, especially the original series, until 2004. I'm going to back up a little bit, because I do remember growing up, I would watch Next Generation, because my dad would always have it on. Like, I remember growing up watching, and like, even back then, I was obsessed with the theme song, which is just awesome. Which is also the theme song from, I'm out of my hair wax, dang it. Which is also the theme song for the first movie. Yeah, this stuff is gone. I need to get some more. I might have enough for tomorrow. I'll save the rest of it and see what I can get out of it tomorrow. But I remember watching Next Generation with my dad. Not really with him, but it was on in the room and he was watching it. And my mom didn't really seem into it, but, yeah, so anyways, but I don't remember the exact date, but I remember the day that I started watching, the Star Trek original series. Okay. It's weird that I remember stuff kind of around that time. That's how important, I guess, remembering it was. But, I remember the night before. It was a Friday. And this was in the summer of 2004, so I was 16. I remember it was Friday because the night before, they had like one of the funniest bits I've ever seen on Conan O'Brien on there, which was Pizza Ghost. I don't know if y'all remember that. You could probably search for the clip on YouTube, but I just thought it was so funny for some reason. And then the next day, I woke up, randomly turned it on Sci-Fi Channel, and they used to show like marathon runs of the Star Trek original series. They show tons of episodes at once. And I caught a couple, and I just thought they were brilliant. I think the first episode I saw, I can't remember what it was called, but it was one where they beamed down to this planet that was like Eden-ish. I think it was called The Apple, actually. But, that was the first episode that I saw, and from there I was like, this is amazing. I've got to see more of this. So that day, I got on my bike, and, yes?
I have an appointment for you.
Sorry about that, y'all. Okay. Anyways, so I biked. It was quite a way. I don't know how far it was, but, at least a few miles there and back. and was started, so I didn't have school. Now I'm thinking about it, I should have just taken a taxi or something because I had some money, but I wanted to bike. At the time, I was really pushing myself to see how far I could go on it, anyways. But so I biked to this place called CDs and More, which is like a small mom and pop resale store. They had like that's where everyone would get all the cool stuff. Like they had tons of CDs, records, VHS tapes, DVDs, and just t-shirts, posters, random like band memorabilia. It was just bumper stickers. It was like the coolest store ever. They even had hair dye there, hair bleach. I got from there a couple times. That really worked too. They closed though in, oh my gosh, what year was it? Like 2012 maybe? Maybe 13? I don't remember. But they're closed now, sadly. Man, they had this Buddy Holly autograph there that I always wanted to get, but it was so expensive. It was like $1,500 or something. Anyways, getting off track. I went to see some more that day, and for some reason, I remember I got the original movie of the producers, with Gene Wilder and Zero Mostel. I got that on VHS, and I also bought out all their Star Trek VHS tapes, which they only had like a couple. But I bought both of them and took them home. And from then on, I was just a fan, mainly of the original series of Spock, especially. And y'all can see my tattoo. My sister has a captain's emblem one on the same place on her chest. I got Star Trek novels. Everyone knew I loved Star Trek, so they gave me Star Trek gifts like, glasses and action figures and comics, everything like that, which was awesome. But I definitely I would, I consider Trekkies more like of fans, and then Trekkers I consider like the really geeky people about it, like who not really think it's real. I guess it's not Galaxy Quest, but who speak Klingon fluently and know the like makes and models of ships. And I'm just a hardcore fan. So, but I started reading. Laying down listing. I started reading Will Wheaton's blog. Probably like, I guess, '06 or something. And in '07, I found out from his blog, about the official Star Trek convention in Las Vegas, Nevada, and that he would be there amongst, other people. But I was really excited to see Will Wheaton. And so me and my sister decided, I was 19 at the time, she was 17. We decided to go on a trip. The first one we've been on was just the two of us to Las Vegas, Nevada. It took us about 24 hours to drive there. Where did my thing go? Oh, yeah. I think I've talked about the convention before, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I have actually on this YouTube channel, so I don't want to go through all that again. Um, y'all can find it if you're interested. Um, one cool thing was, we had to go to Shreveport to watch it, but I got to see, one of the remastered episodes in theaters. Now I can't think what the life of me what's called. It's the one where they took the original pilot and like spliced it in and like made a new story of it with Captain Pike. I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, but I got to see that in theaters, so that was like really, really awesome. I've met a few people from Star Trek. Like I said, I've met Will Wheaton. My sister met William Shatner and said he is like the rudest celebrity she's ever met. She was so disappointed. I'm glad I didn't meet him. I'm sad though I never forked over the money to meet Leonard Nimoy. I wish I would have, but it was just too expensive at the time for me. I wanted to spread out my convention money amongst more people, more autographs. I have met, like I said, Will Wheaton. Again, I'm gonna say it again. Will Wheaton. Brent Spiner. Jonathan Frakes. I think that might be it, actually. I can't remember it. If I don't think I've met anyone else. Now I need to up my Star Trek ante. I need to meet more people. But yeah, I think Star Trek is one of those things that will never die. One of the franchises that's they've been pretty successful film wise, like hit and miss film wise, actually, I'd say, and very successful television wise. So, you know, I think they'll keep the franchise going as long as people want it. And honestly, like, there have been so many advances in technology that were taken from Star Trek. It's crazy. I watched this show on like Discovery Channel or something about the gadgets of Star Trek and how I use the technologies today that were on the show. One thing I hope we have someday that I can't wait for is like their health advances, I guess. They never really explain on the show or the movie, but I'm talking about the fourth one. It's called The Voyage Home. Yeah, I think. And how McCoy is like flabbergasted by how like barbaric surgery is and stuff like that. Yeah, if you could fix somebody just by like placing this little bleeping thing next to them, then I would be very happy. Oh, excuse me. But, I own all the original series on Blu-ray. I own the cartoon full series on DVD. Next Generation Season 1 on DVD. Yes?
Take your soda.
Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm almost done. Anyways, Star Trek holds a very special place in my heart. I've a lot more stuff that I haven't even talked about really, like just items I have that are somewhere in storage now, probably. But yeah, I can only hope the franchise stays afloat. The new series of movies was definitely hit or miss for me. I loved the first one. The second one, just there was a lot about it that they should have put in the movie. That they're like, oh, well, you gotta read the comic adjacent to it to understand. It's like, I don't want to have to read a comic to understand the movie. Like, that's not fair. It's stupid to me. And then I did not care for the third one at all. I can't remember what it's called. I'm sorry. I know it's Star Trek, then Into Darkness, and oh yeah, Star Trek Beyond, I think. Is that what it's called? I don't even remember. I didn't really care for it at all. But, I think that was honestly the end of that whole era. I don't think they're gonna make any more films with that cast. Just because, like, Leonard Nimoy was very important to that series, and he died, and Anton Yelchin, who played Chekhov, passed away, and there's just lots of missed opportunities, I think, and just, I don't know. I think that series is done for. They just need to restart it again. I haven't seen the new show yet. I think it's called Star Trek Discovery. I haven't seen that yet to know if it's any good or not. But, please leave some comments on the video. Talk about Star Trek. What's your favorite series? Is your favorite character? Blah, blah, blah. Favorite episode. Oh, whatever. Mine is the Nazi Planet episode. I don't know what it's called, but I just call it the Nazi Planet episode because that's what it is. I really think it's interesting because you get to see that Vulcans have copper-based blood, not iron-based blood like humans do. Because you see Spock, who he's gotten whipped, is so much finer than William Shatner. But he has all these green marks on his body from the whip, and it's because their blood is copper-based. But, yeah. So, please leave some comments about Star Trek. And thank you for liking, and keep on commenting and subscribe to my channel.